immediate unhappiness. You're not in control. There is nothing more difficult than navigating your life based on somebody else's opinion. You actually care about what your dad or mom or grandma or husband or wife or daughter or son is gonna say about you if you do this thing. It doesn't matter what they think. When you're fucking 92 and you're sitting there, you're not gonna give a shit about what Punk Man 96 had to say, or even what your aunt had to say, who's miserable because she never got hers, so she's trying to keep you down. Negative people latch on to positive people and try to seclude them from the world because that's their energy. In work, I see it every day. In life, I see it every day. It's just what it is. I hate how many people judge other people without having all the context. Every time you fucking judge, you make yourself vulnerable. 99.9% of people that you judge or have opinions on, you have no idea what the fuck is actually happening in their lives. Like, you don't fucking know what's going on in somebody's fucking home. Everybody sucks at something, right? Like, we all have shortcomings. And for me, it's like, why don't we just audit that? Like, why don't we just look at it that way and be like, all right, well, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at that. Like, everybody's so absolute. Are you really not gonna live your life based on somebody's anonymous fucking icon feedback that you suck? They fucking suck. Go do your thing. Don't listen to anybody but what's in your fucking mind and your fucking heart. And not living a life where you allow other people's judgment to dictate your behavior. You're letting your homie or your aunt or somebody else shit on you. It's going in your head, and now you think you're shitting on yourself. You're valuing somebody else's opinion too much. So many of you are gonna be resentful and blame somebody else besides yourself. It's your fault that you're not doing your thing, and so the reason I think it's happening is the judgment of others. It's the same shit from 4th and 5th grade that we developed. This is very complicated, but unbelievably simple. You're worried about what other people think. You give up on that shit and you're clean and you can go. And all of a sudden, it's not how much money you have or how much time you have. You just see that you can do it. Money ain't time, ain't shit of holding you back compared to your worry about other people's opinions. Do you know what it's like to be in your own head and nothing else matters? Do you know what it feels like to give a shit so much about what everybody thinks, yet not care at all? Do you know that when I leave here, I'm gonna look at every single tweet about this talk, and if somebody said, I'm gonna be devastated like I fucking died, yet equally don't give a fuck? When you can get to that place, amazing shit happens. You know why? Because you stop being scared. And I want that for every fucking person, because let me tell you something, it fucking is the best. You only have one life, and it's much better to live it for yourself than somebody else. After doing this for about 7 or 8 years, where you're getting 1,000 comments back in email, DM, whatever it may be, it took me a long time, but I'm like, oh my God, it's judgment, it's other people's opinions. It was so foreign to me because I was in such a cocoon. I never listened, so many things that kept me away from bad things as a teenager was I was in my own head. Nobody else's opinion penetrated me, which didn't lead me to those actions. So it was foreign to me to realize, oh my God, the rest of the world lives a different way. Yeah. And that is why I'm trying to suffocate that, because the more I can get people into a place of feeling confident about themselves for themselves, it's unbelievable what happens when you can actually cut out the noise of judgment of others. It's a big deal. And honestly, and it's fun to be in this region because it's a phenomenon outside the US, even though it's big in the US, it's parents. The amount of people right now who are listening, who are living their lives 100% based on their parents' opinions is staggering. Now, let me create some clarity. If you want your parents to pay for your lifestyle, well, guess what? Then they own you. Yes. But if you don't, and you want to be happy, and you don't want to be an engineer or a doctor or an entrepreneur or whatever it may be, you first have to get off the payroll, be a big boy and girl, and then you may have some short-term pain where your parents are disappointed, but long-term you will have a far healthier relationship. Because the only thing your parents usually are worried about, unfortunately, is the judgment of others.
What are they gonna think?
It's your aunt that is the hidden issue. Because your mom's trying to make you a lawyer because she wants her sister to think you're successful. It's a very complicated mindset, but it's the truth. It's actually actually stunningly easy as long as you don't succumb to other people's opinions on how you should parent your children or the current state of what's politically correct. It gets very easy. Parenting comes very easy to me. I have great intent, but for example, there's a big Thanksgiving kind of recital in the morning for my kids this week. I'm gonna miss it because I'm here. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not crushed. I'm not gonna judge myself like I'm the worst dad of all time. Showing your kids how to live happy is the number one thing you can do. This video for one reason, so that you can link to it when people shit on you and doubt you. I am tired of people not starting and living their life on one very simple thing, which is they're worried about what other people think. Whether that's their mom, their friends, and worst of all, fucking comments in social media. I mean, this is some 6th grade lunchroom shit. Are you really not gonna live your life based on somebody's anonymous fucking icon feedback that you suck? They fucking suck. They're straight fucking trash. That's why I fucking found a dumpster. Let them come to me. Let me make this video so that you can point to me so I can say to them very simply, are you serious, my man? Are you serious? Like, you literally have time to leave negative reviews on other people's shit? Is your shit so fucked up? Is it so sad that you take your time to allocate poison and negativity on other people's stuff? Get out of the way and let people do their thing. Now back to you guys who are watching this. It's enough. You've lived your whole life this way. It doesn't matter what they think. When you're fucking 92 and you're sitting there, you're not gonna give a shit about what Punkman 96 had to say, or even what your aunt had to say, who's miserable because she never got hers, so she's trying to keep you down. So very simply, please take the passion that is pouring out of my fucking face right now and run with it and go do something. If you need a little burst, here it is. Go do something, because the only thing that's holding you back is you're worried about what other people have to say. You give up on that shit and you're clean and you can go. And all of a sudden, it's not how much money you have or how much time you have. You just see that you can do it. Money ain't time, ain't shit of holding you back compared to your worry about other people's opinions. Leave that shit in high school. It's time to